practice, context is something we always draw inspiration from. And Thoothukudi being a port city, and also a gateway to South India, we have sort of personified this particular house as a sort of a docked ship. And that is where the idea of having a magical realism concept came in. So then we thought about the water being the mainstay, and from there only we have sort of draw some inspirations to the house. Though the site is not so near to the coast, we sort of made the particular idea of the landscape and all the other open spaces resembles the sort of coast. So I think when we started designing, we were all in lockdown, and there is one particular song that went viral. It was by Nadu called Buildofy. So it's a well-known song, and since we have been designing in a coastal city, it sort of came into the picture. So it's all sort of cohesive coordinations. So the client's background is from eastern part of India, which is from Kolkata, and they have been settled over here for the past 20 years. So the brief given to us was sort of very simple. They wanted to have the maximum of the open spaces because of their lifestyle. So the site has an urban prairie over the north that contributes to the microclimate of this particular plot of land. So the site is about 5,000 square feet extent, and the built-up area is also about the 5,000 square feet, sandwiched by both 2,500 square feet on each floors. So you enter the site through this way, and we've got the kitchen and the living overlooking the frontal lawn. So the entry is through this way, and we enter to the living, where you can see the courtyard being offsetted. So the living room features a double-light space that is sort of tapered. So the north part of the living room is the main door, which is being made out of both fluted glass and the marble panels that further accentuates the maximum amount of light into the space. Where in the southern part, there is an inbuilt seater featured in the living room, where you can sit over there and have conversations with the people in the courtyard. That creates a sort of romantic relationship between the space and the courtyard. So this is the puja room we are standing next to, and the very slit you see over there is the connection between the inside and outside, where you can see the glimpse of the Buddha garden. So coming to the dining area, this is where the courtyard is, where it gets like a well of light in the morning. So the curvilinear roof you see over there is a sort of ideation we have done to accentuate the hot air from this particular floor plate to the next one. So reason being, this surface form, the propelled air will be pushed towards the first floor. So you can see the glimpse of both the den and the living room from this particular point, where it creates a sort of cross connection with each other. So further down from the dining area, you get into the multipurpose den, which is the client's most favorite spot.
This is where I spend my time evening after office hours. I watch my sports here. All my friends meeting, even family meeting, all happens here. Get together. So I love this cozy place out there with a touch of greenery. So I can see greenery and then together.
So speaking of the staircase over here, so it is specifically designed to give more lighter feel than the bulkier look. So we went ahead with the multiple choice of materials. And you can get the alternate lights coming through the afternoon through this particular light well, and this is how the staircase is being strategically placed. Folded staircase that brings up to the spaces, and we have the openings on both eastern and western side that floods the maximum amount of light into the spaces. So the floor to roof height window you see over here is a sort of composite window with both Indian marble and fluted glass. So it's been further taken towards the bedroom as well, and we have given a sort of slit like window over here that enhances the passive security. So further moving towards the northeast part of the house, here features the hero of the house, the amphitheatre itself. So this is just a reflection of the sloped roof we see in the living room. So we have articulated this particular roof with theatre-like setup that sort of embodies an idea and the metaphor of a wave. And from this point you can see the callbacks of the waves on the details of that particular staircase as well. So this part of the amphitheatre is the representation of a place where sailors sit and row the ships. So the slit is being provided just for that particular purpose. So this is to add more of some playfulness to this particular place. So coming from the external deck towards the amphitheatre, you can see the pattern, the concentric pattern that flows over here. So it is also just the metaphorical representation of a swirl. So basically when the rainwater, the surplus water spills over, it directly gets into this particular copper spout, and it flows just below the Buddha pond. Since it's focusing towards the east, you get the maximum of the flooded lights during the morning. This is the north part of the facade, and where you can see this projection being overhanging. This is made out of a composite metal roof, and the special columns you have seen over here has been inspired from basically the railway stations. This northeast part of the facade features a specifically dynamic cladding of a brick, where it is accentuated by the sun's movement during the summer solstice. Being the coastal town, it is predominantly dry. So the material palettes we have used largely constitutes of lime as a core material. So being the soft limestones and also the Indian marbles, which are again soft, that has the calcium content to the maximum. So it contributes to the cooling factor of the house as well.
He's from a part of Bengal called Murshidabad, which was earlier ruled by the Muslims. So a lot of the taste that his family has kind of that intricate Mughal taste is there. So if you see like the floorings that Dinesh helped us do, and all of it is quite similar to what we had in our ancestral homes.
Like even though we both are coming from different backgrounds, we understood their requirements and their lifestyle through the course of the construction, and it was a pleasure to witness that particular joy they are having in the spaces we have created, and most notably it's been put to the maximum use. So there is this famous painter named Salvador Dali, and from his famous painting The Persistence of Memory, we took the idea of this magical realism. So even though the site is not so close to the shore, we have made in such a way that it has the vibe of everything that is next to an ocean. So when we talk about the landscapes in the amphitheatre and all, the connection you see is only with the skies. So we've sort of like figured out the skies as a medium, more like an ocean as well. So it's the idea of perceiving everything upside down in a way that the things can be contemplated in a specific way when you dream.